So the adventure begins. This is not live comm, this is post comm, because I had no idea what the hell I was doing and what to expect. I am at the very beginning, I am figuring out how to freaking walk. Choose your fate. This is the first puzzle of the game. I have to say, I really did not know what to expect with this game. I didn't know if it was turn-based, I didn't know if it was real-time. I originally didn't know that it had graphics anywhere near as good as it did. Honestly, these graphics are quite good, considering the type of game it is and that it's retro and whatever. I mean, this is on par with, like, for interior environments, this is like the dungeon at the beginning of Oblivion. I mean, that's pretty solid. Granted, from the 2 hours or so I've played, not much has really changed in terms of the environment. It's all basically this one big dungeon. So I wouldn't mind a change of scenery every now and then, but maybe things will get different as I get deeper down. But yeah, I'm picking up stuff for the first time, equipping stuff for the first time. Really, of what little I've played, I have really, really enjoyed this game. It's kind of funny. It's really simple. In a way, it harkens back to some of the first RPGs, really. The first mechanics of an RPG, just first-person, party-based. You go forth, and you survive, basically. I mean, that's really the objective here. It's more so to just survive. Very important. I wasn't aware that I really only need one person equipped with a torch at any given time, but I didn't know that when this started. I didn't know if they were, like, weapons. I'm using free look right now. I see a stone. No idea what stones even do. You can throw them. They're actually essentially a weapon. So here's another puzzle. Pretty simple one that I think I figured out immediately without even, leaving the thing. Obviously, it's a weight thing, so moving right along. Picking up torches. You know, this is on hard. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty, and I'm glad I am. And I'm finding my first key right there. This is done on old school, so it doesn't give you a map. There's no auto-mapping at all. With the intent of you actually making your own maps, which is what you did back in the day. In games like this, in the big dungeon crawlers like this, you would have grid paper and you would mark out your own map. Now, Wizardry 8, Might and Magic 6, Might and Magic 7, those games, well, Might and Magic had auto-mapping, at least those entries in the series, so it didn't matter. But it wasn't also this endless dungeon sort of thing. It was like a world that you explore, an overland thing. So I've never really played a game like this. This sort of game harkens back more to like DOS than, and maybe Windows 3.1. Though Might and Magic 7 probably was like maybe Windows 95, 98. I don't remember. Wizardry 8 was a bit later than Might and Magic 7. It was well over a decade ago, regardless. This is even more old school than I can remember. I don't think I've ever played a first-person, real-time dungeon crawler. I think this is more reminiscent of, like, Elder Scrolls Arena sort of thing. Which is definitely... I never played Elder Scrolls Arena. That's before my time. I'm not that old. Oh, and I find my first secret room. And get a key. So, good to know. Well, I didn't really find it. There's a thing telling me you should look for a secret room here so that you can actually move forward. But there are secret rooms all throughout the dungeon that you can find. Actual secrets. It really does feel great finding a secret in this game. Finding a piece of armor or a weapon. Really, any upgrade in this game is a significant improvement. My first enemy. I was so afeared. But that hallway is very dark, so I choose this snail. So I don't really know what to do here. I don't actually know how to attack, unfortunately. I am figuring out... I mean, this is just my process. I'm figuring out how to actually fight. I'm realizing that, okay, you want to basically joust with them. You want to move in, you want to move out, attack, move out so they can't attack you. Kite away from them. But I literally don't know how to attack right now. I'm thinking, wait, did they ever explain an attack button? I'm gonna look at keybinds. Is there an attack key? I don't see any attack key. How do I actually kill the snail? I don't know what to do. Yeah. This isn't actually going to end well, unfortunately. This isn't an example of extreme skill right now. And I actually looked at the tutorial to start, and I don't remember any sort of attack key, or them clearly telling me how to attack. I'm rereading it now. And I do, of course, figure it out, but I feel like they should have made it a little more obvious as to how you do this. And I understand why it's this way. And yeah, I unfortunately misinterpreted the tutorial, and I'm actually throwing my weapons at them rather than striking them with my weapons. I'm left-clicking and then right-clicking. I'm not right-clicking. You right-click to attack, you idiot. So I'm now throwing all of my torches at them. One guy just died. And I'm now in darkness, which is great. I just accidentally started resting for whatever reason. And yes, you right-click on the item to attack with it. Really wish there was just an attack key, like I could hit 1 for my first party member and then just E or something to attack with one of his weapons, or rather maybe Q for his left hand and E for his right hand. It would make things so much faster. And people on message boards are like, well, back in the day you didn't have fancy key bindings. Well, I haven't clicked for an RPG in something like, I don't know, 8 years or something, I don't even remember. So really accustomed to keybinds, and keybinds are just so much faster and less awkward to use. I hate clicking, so rather annoying, but I do get over it. I don't, like, stop playing or anything because I can't click. But that is death numero uno. Let's try this again. I'm still not entirely sure, and there, oh, I gotcha. That's how you attack. Good to know. I'm also realizing that the back row party members can't actually attack in melee, which is great. I love old school mechanics like that. I love your lineup actually mattering. I have 2 warriors in the front, I have a mage in the left back, and I have a rogue in the right back. But yay! Success! I am victorious! I got my fat loots, I got me some boots. Picking up torches. So, yeah, I mentioned that I have it on old school, it's not giving me a map. I'm supposed to be making a map. I'm not making a map. I am 2 hours into the game and I haven't made a map. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to screw me eventually or what. Basically, I mean, I recognize the areas well enough that I don't really need a map to navigate. I'm not using a compass because that's pointless because I don't have a map. And what I basically also do is just leave torches in areas that I still need to go to, and remove them in areas that I've been to and I feel are completed. So that's kind of how I'm doing that. I don't know, maybe it's going to bite me in the ass. I was really hesitant to use the old school mode, but I figured it would make it harder, so I may as well go for it. And yay, my first projectile weapon, a throwing knife. My rogue is spec'd for missile weapons, not throwing weapons, but it doesn't really seem to matter, and I really, at least from my initial impressions, feel like, from the experience I have, that it's a bad idea to spec him into multiple different weapon types rather than focusing on one. I mean, max level is like 50 into his skill, and he seemed to do just fine with throwing rocks and throwing knives at the beginning of the game anyway, so... Okay, it's at this time I don't yet realize that I really shouldn't be just standing in front of somebody and beating on them. It doesn't really matter against snails so much, but it will. There are 2 of them. 2 is too many, unfortunately, for my party to handle just standing toe-to-toe. You really should be backing up, punching or hitting them with your melee weapons, and backing off for when they attack, and then waiting for your cooldowns to come up, and then attack again, sort of thing, is what you should be doing, and what I quickly realized I should be doing. I've already lost 1 party member. The guy I lost is the one that's more aggressive, more for damage, whereas the one on the left who's about to die is my tank. Expect more for health. I also really... Basically the way I spec'd my melee was the tank has an emphasis on vitality, and I actually did have the wherewithal to move my back row guys in the front row so they could actually melee. And then my other melee dude is spec'd more for strength. But you really need to have equal parts strength and dex, it would seem, to reliably hit. But I didn't realize also that, oh wait, this is a retro game. Death is either permanent or lasts a very long time, so I continued throughout the dungeon for a bit longer. but then realized they're going to be dead forever, aren't they? So then I finally reload. But that is my first episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Legend of Grimrock. Very fun, at least for me. I don't know how much fun it is for you guys to watch. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Sub if you want to see more of this game. Leave comments and feedback. Ask questions, and I'll answer them. And have a good one.